What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video I will show you the latest news directly related to our story. I will show you an update from Hollywood Henry, who is in charge of selling a physical mail regarding our issue. On top of that, I will show you an update regarding statute limitations from Richard Hofman. And at the end of this video, I will show you an update from Mark Basile and Due Diligence. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for the community. So, let's start with the news itself. You probably know the Twitter account of Hollywood Henry. He is the person who recently started to physically sending letters to authorities. And for now, just several hours ago, he wrote this tweet. Our next mailing campaign is unveiled. We are physically mailing our analysis and perspective of the Congressional Research Service report to the key committees overseeing the SEC. We are sending the reports to all members of Senate Committee on Finance, Senate Banking Committee, House Financial Services, including their DC and home state locations, just like we did with phases of MMTLP packets before. Our goal is to improve the understanding of critical market dynamics surrounding MMTLP and present a more comprehensive analysis. So, and I think these type of letters are very important because when authorities and people who might be in charge of making certain decisions that might be useful for us, if they receive this type of letters, physical letters, we basically have more chances to win our battle. And that's why I highly suggest you to follow Hollywood Henry and to help him to send these letters. So, let's continue with Richard Hofman recent tweet. A couple of days ago, I made a video regarding the statute limitations. I've showed you several comments from Rosa Towel. And right now we have a comment from Richard Hofman. He wrote, as to the issue of statutes of limitations, I urge you, if you are not an expert, to get an opinion of one. It may save you claim and also provides you insurance. Sometimes a trigger date might be earlier than one might expect, sometimes later. For example, in a fraud claim I made representing a church, the incident occurred 12 years before the lawsuit was filed, way late. But through exceptions for delayed discovery, our claims survived and we prevailed at trial. If you have any doubt, find out before 1 year has elapsed since the date of the loss. Let's say November the 30th, 2022, for a little caution. And I have to say that probably we have some exceptions regarding the information we need in order to file this lawsuit. But if you want to be on a safer territory, just file a lawsuit before the end of November. So, and let's continue with another news. We are on Due Diligence Twitter account. And yesterday, he reposted this tweet that was made by ElfDD. And he said, as more community members are being solicited to fire this lawyer for an OTC lawsuit for $2,500 apiece, it's definitely important to have concerns about his history public. This community is my community. This lawyer will not take advantage of my people with me staying silent. And what is he talking about, you might wonder. And Due Diligence wrote this tweet. Wonderful research by our FireDD team. Now all of you that rolling out the red carpet, my advice, don't go down with the ship trying to defend it. Let's just take it sink and say goodbye. No need to further the divide. And might I add, ha ha ha, game over. And he also added this tweet that was written by FireDD, and he wrote TLDR of a quoted post. A lawyer held the position of chief strategist in a public company and accepted funding from EMA Financial. The lawyer then allowed his legal firm to be hired to represent against EMA Financial, who had founded his company. The lawyer was consistently removed from all these cases involving OTC companies and EMA Financial, either through withdrawal or termination. All these cases uncovered ended with EMA Financial winning off or settling with a payment from the OTC company to EMA Financial after the lawyer is removed and before discovery is achieved. When asking ChatGPT to highlight the potential explanations for the above scenarios, there are many reasons, with some being more concerning than others. And he also refers to this tweet that was originally made by FireDD. And let me quote it for you. Sometimes we come across DD that raises more questions than answers, and it's best to let people come to their own conclusions. In a review of publicly accessible records, it has come to our attention that a particular securities attorney has repeatedly represented OTC companies against EMA Financial. We have found many claims so far that shows a pattern and are continuing to research further. And definitely, he's talking about Mark Basile and his law firm. Interestingly, this attorney has on all occasions uncovered, either withdrawn from the role of legal counsel or been terminated by their client prior to reaching a settlement where their client pays EMA Financial. A recurring theme in these incidents appears to be a reluctance to achieve the discovery process. This is a critical component of a legal case where disclosure of evidence enables proof of criminal activity. Furthermore, it is noteworthy to mention that this attorney, while serving currently as the Chief Strategy Officer and General Counsel for distinct company, permitted said company to secure funding from EMA Financial, the very entity against which they frequently filed complaints. We asked ChatGPT, what reasons could explain why a lawyer would consistently be bringing multiple cases against the same plaintiff, only to be removed from counsel each time? What reasons could be used to explain that all the cases where the lawyer is removed consistently and in a win or settlement for plaintiff? The answers from ChatGPT bring up concerns about the lawyer having a known conflict of interest when taking the cases, which raises ethical concerns. It also stated the potential the lawyer has an intention to drain the financial funds from the OTC companies, defending against the plaintiff. There are many possible reasons. We recommend asking ChatGPT yourself to see all the options. Again, some information brings more questions and concerns than answers. So we won't interpret the data or give our opinion beyond mentioning the answers from ChatGPT. Use this information as a place to start your own DD and create your own conclusions. Take off any rose-colored glasses and remove your emotion. What does the data say? And he added these screenshots. You can read it by yourself and make your own conclusion. But we have an answer from Mark Basile to this post, as you can see right here. And he wrote, so what I do is very high profile, and a lot of people, hedge fund managers, private equity, etc., and some retail traders who just don't understand the law or don't want you to know the law, don't like it. Yes, most of the DD is true, 100%, but the context, like usual, is misleading since it doesn't include our court wins in many subsequent cases. Sometimes it takes the courts a little time to catch up or for a higher court to tell them they were wrong, which is exactly what happened. I was involved in public companies that, for the most part and against my vote and opinion, took loans from small hedge funds that later, after being sued by those small hedge funds to collect on those loans, asked me to represent them in court. That's where our firm's majority practice started, after these loans. I came up with the idea that those loans violated state criminal usury statutes, and guess what? After 6 years of litigating these issues, I ended up being right. Not because I said so, but because New York's highest court and then several United States Court of Appeals court agreed with me that those types of loans are illegal. What the DD doesn't tell you, and I am glad to explain, is that many of these issuers were already financially ransacked and could not continue to pay their legal bills. So we withdrew from many cases. We don't work for free other than what I have done for the MMTLP community. The laws are designed to regulate and punish the behavior of the lender alone, not the borrower. It's the lender's behavior the law and the courts look at, not borrowers. They are likely criminal issuers that destroy your shareholder value in all cases they are involved in. The statutes mandate lender compliance, and if they don't, those transactions are void. There are even cases where the borrower and his attorney drew up the actual terms of loan, and the lender was still held liable under the issuer statutes. So my firm has saved thousands of issuers from more dilution. We have had court wins canceling securities, as well as vacating millions in judgments and negotiation settlements in the issuer's favor. So to try to tie me into that, there is something nefarious that I had planned against the lenders or the issuers the whole time, or my firm walks away from a fight. It's a complete joke. In many of those cases, once we received favorable judgments, the lenders walked away. They didn't want to discovery because if they went through discovery, they could have bigger problems, as their entire portfolio of hundreds of loans, representing billions of shares in dilution, hurting you. Each would have been fair game. And if their entire portfolio was illegal, they would then have issues with state attorney general's offices around the country, as the merchant cash advance business now has in New York and Florida. They break the law, and I try to get issuers' money, stock back, as well as prevent more dilution so retail you doesn't suffer. So I do my job and win in the end most of the time. That's all. They don't want you to hear that part. Why wasn't that included in the DD? It's very one-sided, designed to cast doubt, just more fun. It's obvious, isn't it? Look at what other Baines and Cairborn versus Dark Pulse cases. First-in-nation cases that have changed the way fundings are provided. Or when issuers did fire us, it was because they could not continue to pay their legal bills, and that is an expedited way to withdraw from the cases. Each termination exhibit cites their inability to continue litigation because they couldn't afford it. Full disclosure is always best. Too bad there is no DD team covering our wins, judgments and decisions, and how that impacts your pocket. I won't be commenting anymore on this because I will just end in the never-ending cycle jerk and distract you from achieving the resolution you want. So for now we have opinions from both sides, and it's up to you to decide which opinion is more favorable for the community. And I have to say that I don't want to give my opinion on this case because my main opinion is that this type of confrontations inside our community doesn't help to win the battle. That's why I just keep silence. And if you like my video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no